It's just a couple of hours before Kenya rounds up year 2011, and though there will be a sharp contrast to what New Year celebrations have been in the past, there is only one constant. The goodwill messages from the two principals. It is a year that will see President Kibaki hang up his boots as the head of state after serving out his constitutionally mandated 2 terms in office, and ahead of his impending retirement, the president sought to assure Kenyans that he will personally ensure that the transition to the next head of state will be smooth.
After 2 terms as your president, I will be happy to oversee a smooth transition to the new leadership that you, the people, will vote into office.
And against the backdrop of the bloody post-election violence that followed his disputed re-election in December 2007, the president, who could have addressed the nation ahead of the new year for the last time today, promised that the next general election will be free and fair.
The government will facilitate the issuance of national identity cards to youth of age to enable them register as voters as the process kicks off in the coming week.
Sentiments also captured in Prime Minister Raila Odinga's New Year's message to Kenya.
We must stop this cyclic failure by ensuring that the forthcoming elections are held in a free, fair and transparent manner that will instill confidence of the people of Kenya and also our friends from outside the country.
And before he takes the last bow as the country's head of state and government, he believes that he has some work to do before the curtains come down, including putting in place measures that will ensure that the new opportunities arising from the devolved government are of benefit to the counties, even as the country is expected to begin the transition from the centralized government to the devolved government system.
Let us embrace this new concept of governance with a renewed sense of hope and confidence.
The two principals also took stock of the year that has generally been a difficult one for the average Kenyan, with the cost of living hitting the roof, what is now a concern for the leaders, with Deputy Prime Minister Uhuru Kenyatta in his New Year's message promising measures to ensure better times for Kenyans next year. A year that saw Kenya become home to over 500,000 refugees from Somalia displaced by war and hunger, and one that also saw the Kenyan forces enter Somalia in order to rid the region of the ragtag militia group.
Peace in Somalia is a critical pillar to regional prosperity.
Pause and acknowledge the great Kenyans who are sacrificing their lives in fighting for our own security in Somalia.
A New Year's message from the leaders that perhaps carries hopes that 2012 will be a better year for Kenya. Sheila Sendeyo, Citizen Weekend.